Okay, so today I kind of wanted to talk a little bit about Diomedes San Diego. So the places that I talk about in Havoc Rising, and definitely we'll talk about more in Chaos Unbound, and a little bit in the third book. All the books, I'm sure we'll have a little bit. San Diego is kind of a character, so to speak, with regard to Diomedes and all that kind of stuff. And so I kind of just wanted to give you an overview of where these places were. I've said before, I don't make up an awful lot of stuff if I don't have to. And so the places that I mentioned specifically are real places, or at least based on real places. And I kind of wanted to show you where those were. And just, because I found it interesting, but also to kind of give you an idea of why I might have chosen those locations, those places, and if there's significance behind them and that kind of stuff. And so I just, hopefully you'll find this interesting. Again, this is San Diego from Diomedes' perspective. And here we go. Okay, so this is the casino in eastern San Diego County where Diomedes goes to park his car. You can see the parking lot here. And pretty isolated out here. There's not a whole lot going on. There's a little bit of construction, but then once you get back over to here, it just kind of wanders off into the hills, and there's not much to interfere with where he would go to find the ways. So what we're looking at here is, like I said, is the casino parking lot where Diomedes goes to park to get to the ways. This is the closest point, and then he can wander from this parking lot, which most times is empty, especially during the day, over to where the ways would be, back up in the hills over in this direction. So anyway, that's where it is. So this is the corner of 13th and Island, and there is the Victorian that houses the Metis Foundation. And you can see it's a little out of place downtown. So always reminded me of Diomedes, and that it's a little bit of a throwback. Beautiful building, but it doesn't quite fit its surroundings. So this is Roseville, which is a historic district on the top of Point Loma in San Diego. It's an old neighborhood, founded originally by Italian fishermen that basically ran the tuna fleets here. And it's an older, quaint neighborhood, but the little homes, small yards, garages, this is where Diomedes would live. No house in particular, but the neighborhood's kind of what I always envisioned, so this is kind of why I put it here. So that's where he lives. All right, and this is the landing where Diomedes works out of, keeps his fishing boat. As a matter of fact, right over there where the sailboat is, that's the dock where I used to keep my boat, and that's always where I pictured him keeping his boat, somewhere around here. But you can see the fuel dock. All the fishing boats, the charter boats, are out for the day. It's the middle of summer. Fishing's been pretty good. So, but this is the landing. The boat ramp plays kind of an important role in the second book. But this is the landing that I talk about and I describe when I talk about the landing. So. Okay, so pretty much those are the main locations that I talk about with regard to San Diego and Havoc Rising. And then again, Chaos Unbound. And like I said, it'll be, those locations will come up here and there within the other books. But to give you an idea of kind of where I was talking about, like I said, those places are real, or at least based on those locations that I kind of showed you. If you haven't read the books, well, you got to go read the books, because now you know where they take place. So at least you'll be able to think about what I'm talking about when I'm writing these things. So anyway, if you haven't read them, go read them, or at least pick up Havoc Rising. Chaos Unbound will be out early 2017, so you'll have to bear with me on that one. But in the meantime, again, as usual, if you ever have any questions, feel free to contact me through my website or on Facebook, and I will talk to you later.